Hi everyone!
Hi!
So as we mentioned last week, we have a very special guest today. Yay! Dr. Paul Nassif, who's a plastic surgeon to the stars and the star of one of our favorite TV shows, Botched. Totally addicted.
It's not even only our favorite show, it's also Jennifer Aniston's.
So exciting. So, Dr. Nassif,
welcome!
Let's talk about Botched. So what is the process like to find these kind of people? Because a lot of our fans asked, you guys have very eccentric, I want to say, people on there. What's the process like?
Well, so remember, our first season was last year, and we had 8 episodes. And we had, I think, there was a casting call, and it was like 500 people tried out.
Wow.
This year, we had 6,000 people try out, and we did 20 episodes. And obviously, you have the different characters.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the patients that we really need our help. The ones that, first of all, did not know that they could actually get fixed or get unbotched, or didn't have the financial means. So this is a great opportunity for them to actually, to restore their life. That's the one. I mean, that's the main population of patients. And obviously, the other one are more of the cautionary tale to patients, where they come in and they want something and they are overdone or whatever they are. Whether they want to implant in their chest like of a heart made out of silicone, or body modification, or patients that are plastic surgery addicts, or have body dysmorphic disorder, or something that has gone terribly wrong, where we basically try to educate and get them, don't do anymore, you're gonna get hurt.
Do you still get shocked sometimes by certain people?
Oh my God, yes.
Or is it like, you're like, okay, I've seen it all.
Do you meet them before they walk in?
No.
So that's like the initial reaction.
Because
I love your reaction.
Well, I'm not the vocal one on the show. Terry is. Terry won't stop talking. He loves to talk continuously. By the way, Terry and I have known each other for over 15 years.
Oh, cool.
I see the dynamic.
So the banter back and forth and him constantly ragging on me, or saying I'm fat or whatever the heck he always constantly tells me. That's been like that for 15 years.
So
that's
he's
all.
the
You guys have a good chemistry.
His wife calls him, TV Terry. So he loves all that crap. Me, I'm just the kind of, going.
You're like perfect reactions. I love it. I live for the reactions.
When you guys are in surgery, you're working, and he just comes and like.
Talk. And he wants to, say something cool, or embarrassing, or whatever it is. He has no filter.
And obviously, with all of your success of the show and just, being an amazing doctor for so many years, you now have this awesome skincare line. Tell us about it.
First of all, what is biorhythm?
Biorhythm. What's a biorhythm? So it's more like the circadian cycle, which means there's a genetic clock in your body, which runs that 24-hour cycle pretty much. And during the day, your biorhythms pretty much are into a protective mode of your skin, everything in your body. Because remember, your skin makes a large portion of everything in your body, that and water. And your skin's made up of water, a lot of it. So we're in a protective mode. So there's something called oxygen-free radicals out in the environment. So you're having constant abuse to your skin. Smoke, the pollution, the heat, dehydration. Any of these things are not good for your skin. So that's one of the things that your body goes into. So that brings up our Clock AM serum here, which basically has more of the protection mode, plus some incredible antioxidants. But one thing that this has in it, and I bet you didn't know this. Have you heard of high energy visible light?
No.
Okay. So high energy visible light is something that when you're using tablets, computers, and all that light that emanates as wavelength causes photoaging. So in the Clock AM, there's something called LipoShield, which blocks that.
Wow.
So on a sunscreen, blocks that. Is that the?
I'm gonna be like
the AM.
You might have to pump it a few times.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
Feel that.
Oh yeah.
Just one pump. And by the way, one
this
pump.
Is AM.
It feels light, but it's also very rich.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hyaluronic acid for oxidation in it.
Oh, I like
for the there's a lot of.
That's for hydrating, right?
That's a hydration. So now at night, the biorhythm is into repair. So we put some extremely potent DNA repair enzymes, antioxidants, incredible amino acids into the PM to repair you at night a lot faster. So even though you're not sleeping, you're still being repaired. So, so that's why, I have to tell you when I use this, and it's one pump, like that. And for example, after I shave, usually when you shave, male, you kind of need something on top to kind of get this thing out. I don't have to.
Okay, you said that. Can we
Look at
talk
that.
about males that males need skincare
Oh my God, yeah.
regimens as well, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because guys are under the impression that, oh my God, I don't need
I
skincare.
just
And that's why
started
we
to
love
get
this.
my husband to use skincare maybe 3 weeks ago, and he's already like, no, I'm done, and that was enough.
You gotta let them try this. I mean, this is great for men because of I mean, let me tell you how simple this is. Clock AM in the morning after you shower. Before you go to bed after you wash your face. And then you use this. Now this is an exfoliant. It's called Dawn and Dusk. It has a whole bunch of ivory palm seeds. So basically you're getting rid of all the dead cells. Because remember on the epidermis, the outer part of your skin, you get cells that actually die. And so this removes them. And we just launched this. We just launched the website. It's nassifmdskincare.com. And I mean, I love it.
Go
So
online, you guys.
2
It
years.
feels amazing.
2 years to put
So
this together.
soft.
Wow.
2 years to actually test every ingredient through a lab to make sure they're stable, to actually, scientifically see what it does. Now we're doing tests with the actual skincare product.
Nice.
Very exciting.
I'm
A
very
lot of our
impressed.
viewers are actually really big fans of you and the show, so we're hoping that we can get some of their
do
questions
it.
answered.
Absolutely.
You want to go?
Okay, I'll start. So, Jolly Ma 85 said, "What age is the best to start doing Botox and fillers?"
I have to tell you, it depends on the genetics of each patient because I could have a 50-year-old woman come in with flawless skin that doesn't need any Botox. Maybe needs a little filler. Or you could have someone that comes in even in their mid-20s that is constantly walking and frowning.
Okay.
Then you need a little bit of a paralytic agent, a little Botox or Dysport. Then at that time, if they're constantly frowning, they're going to start getting a constant, the 11s. So that's a good time to do it. So it's really age dependent, but I'm going to say on an average, early 30s.
And that's a preventative, right? It's not like, you're getting it too soon, you're getting it. You want to get it before it gets too deep.
Exactly. Now the fillers, maybe towards the mid to late 30s, because that's when you start losing some facial volume. It starts then and then continues on.
Interesting. Yeah, I've been seeing it lately.
I think that helps. That's a good answer. That's a simplified answer to that question.
Well, this actually almost goes hand in hand with that. So Simon wants to know what's the best time to start using anti-aging products. Is it better in your late 20s, 30s?
When you're
So
bored.
again, so like this is protection, anti-aging.
Yeah.
Again, also reverses because your skin, no matter how old, if you're in the 20s, you're still having damage. So there's nothing wrong with using something good for your skin even in the 20s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Earlier
As long
the
as it's
better.
not the heavy retinoic acid, which is a little bit more powerful, and you can only use it at night, pretty much usually maybe 3 times a week because you get a little irritated and dry and red. That's maybe when you start getting some actual wrinkles that you did not prevent. Then you maybe can start that maybe in the early 40s.
Early 40s. Wow.
That's for the retinol, the retinoic acid.
Oh,
retinol.
okay. I was like, not when you're living in the U.S. and the pollution here.
Now this start using quick. 20s is probably I would say.
I'm going to start using this tonight.
Okay, Andrea Ross and Vanessa Soriano had similar questions. I'm 38 and I've noticed my skin is aging a lot and quick. I have a lot of fine lines under my eyes and my skin just seems to be showing more pores. I was getting laser facials and microderms, but I'm not sure if those help these symptoms. Also, is there a skincare line that the doctor would recommend to help with all of this?
Okay, we already know the answer to this. Nassif MD Skincare, got that. But there's something that the esthetician does. It's called microneedling. With PRP, or I think you saw Kim Kardashian getting it on TV.
Yeah.
We've been doing that for 6 years. Take a little blood, we spin it down, get the concentrated platelets called platelet-rich plasma, which have all the growth factors in it. And we take a microneedling device, which is like a handheld pen, which has a little small thing with needles in it. And those needles go in and out really fast. So when they penetrate through your epidermis, a little bit into your dermis after you maybe numb up for about a half an hour. And you're causing micro trauma to your skin. Also, it works for scars and melasma, hyperpigmentation.
Guess who's going to be visiting the doctor soon?
You know what you could do? I could have Aubrey do it for you. You come over and actually you can do what you can film a segment and of actually you getting a microneedling with the PRP.
I love that.
You can do that.
Yeah,
I think that'd be
I'm
fantastic.
definitely going to do
Especially with where you have melasma up here.
that. Here. It's been killing me.
Yeah.
Everyone knows about Nora's melasma.
Melasma, yes.
So next question, Abby Velchar. I would love to know what's the best filler for the lips that makes it look like you were born with it.
Well, that's not filler. That's technician dependent to make it look like you were born with your lips. So that's the hands. So if I'm going to do a lip, I have to make sure it looks very natural. I mean, look at, both your lips are beautiful. Juvederm, to me, is the softest, most luscious. That is going to be the best filler. Softest. But again, depending on the physician doing it. Remember, that's another important point.
Very important.
Who is doing it? Who's doing your plastic surgery procedures? And that's why when you watch Botched, you see dentists and internal medicine doctors doing plastic surgery. So it's very important out there to all the listeners. Make sure you go to, if you have a filler, either a good filler, an injector, which is usually an RN or a physician's assistant. But if you want to, the best thing to do is go to a board certified, I'm a facial plastic surgeon, or dermatologist. That's the way to go to get, usually, as long as it's by way of the cosmetic a dermatologist, to get the best results.
So when you say the doctor is important, obviously, is that where a lot I've seen and I've heard so many people talk about lumps that like show up on their lips after they get fillers? And it shows.
It's one, it can be the product.
Okay.
One of the hyaluronic acids, which is reversible. And that's technique dependent, or sometimes it's the filler. So again, the technique is important. Where you're putting it, how you put it. And just because, by the way, just because you're board certified and you're one of those specialists, it's also the doctor. Yeah. I mean, because that doctor might like huge lips that look deformed. So you have to look at also, what kind of doctor, what's your style. The other thing is, sometimes when you see lumps like that, that's from injectable silicone in the lips. And like if you see on our show, these patients that have all this horrible filler, or whether it's liquid concrete.
Oh my God, that was horrible.
Putting, that poor lady.
Yeah.
Putting the face in the body, you have to be careful. You want nothing. You want to make sure, again, you don't go to, it's called a pump party. A big vat of some junk being put in your face. Horrible complications. So those bumps could be things called silicone granulomas. Then once you get that, you're in big trouble.
You're screwed.
KMP76. I saw a TV show today mention Botox on the scalp reduces sweat for women who don't want their hair scalp to sweat. Where does the sweat go and what are the side effects?
Okay. So, hydrosis, hyperhidrosis, sweating, especially under the armpits or even the hands, probably in the forehead now. There's certain glands that cause the sweating. So it's been very common for a long time to use Botox underneath your armpits. I've even done it a few times. And it does work for about 5-6 months. It just cuts down. So what it does, it just shuts down some of those glands. As long as you're cleaning and the hygiene is good, you should really have no big complications from that. I haven't seen anything yet. The scalp, I haven't heard of that many people that actually sweat through the scalp, unless now if you just exercise a lot and you're working out and you have some sweat, leave it alone, don't do anything. But if you have a problem or you're constantly sweating your upper forehead and up here, then you can try some Botox and see what works. That's actually a good thing to do, that's fine.
All right, do you have any more?
No, that's it. Thanks for answering all of our questions
thank you so much.
And the viewers' questions.
Check out his line. What was your website again?
NassifMDskincare.com.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. You answered a lot of questions. Everyone's going to be so excited about that.
Listen, thank you for having me. You guys are great.
Yay!
And especially, I've actually been, said before when I heard I was going to be on the show, I watched some of the videos. You two have a fantastic relationship.
It's like the relationship with
not as much, insulting.
We've known each other for 15 years too, so it's kind of the same.
Yeah, but you guys are sweet to each other. I mean, just my phone today. Just even texting. There's banter back and forth, even with texting between the two of us. No one's watching this, but he's constantly ragging on me, and I'm just telling him to shut up.
So he's TV Terry on text too.
But he is funny though. I got to tell you though, he did make some funny comments today. He does have a great sense of humor. He's very clever.
He is clever.
With his one-liners. You should be a comedian as well.
Thank you so much. Hope you guys enjoyed this segment. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
If you're not already subscribed to our channel, please do so by clicking here and check out this awesome DIY we did, the Green Tea Mister.